the way I wanted to start my day. Cracked the window, let a little fresh air in, and I rolled up said window and heard crunch, crunch, crunch. Oh well, I guess it's time to go shopping for a new ride. Well, hello guys and gals. Thanks again for tuning in here on Hook, Line, and Singer. I'm your host and resident singing fisherman, Bob Sellers. It's a beautiful winter day. It's my kind of winter. It's 65 degrees today. So guess what that means? That's right, I'm going fishing. I'm gonna go see if I can get a crappie to bite over here at my little pond that I go to a lot. And I brought along a bass rig or two. Well, I actually brought 3 until I just rolled the window up on the tip of one of them and broke it. But I didn't even bring any bass tackle with me, so I'm really just hoping to try to find a crappie today. So come along with me and see if I can catch a few. Let's go try it out. Hey, 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 look what I'm in. It's the old 4Runner. I'm so pumped about being able to get it going by myself. Well, not really by myself, but with the help of the internet and reading and that sort of thing. And I bought a little code reader at Walmart. I didn't know you could just pick one of those up for 20 bucks. I should have had one of those all of my life. When a light comes on in your dash, there's a place usually under the up near the emergency brake, up under the dash kind of here on most vehicles. I think anything made after 1992 or 5 or 6, something like that, they all have computers, and you can just hook that up, and it's just a little diagnostics thing, and it'll tell you on the screen right there. It'll read the codes out for you, and then you can save those codes. I take a picture of them with my phone and then go to Google and find out what in the world they mean, which is what I did. I just got to reading a lot of comments about from people who have had the same issue in this same particular vehicle, and I changed the plugs and changed out one of the ignition coils, and beyond that I would have started changing out the fuel injectors, which would have been a little bit more entailed, but not too much. But anyway, it would have been more cost. So I'm glad I got to the point that it fired up and ran like it's supposed to, and so that's how I'm going to leave it. And I hope and pray that it'll last a long time. And I love this little truck. It's an 04 Toyota 4Runner. I think these are one of the coolest vehicles that's ever been mass produced. And anyway, thank the good Lord for helping me get it going again relatively easy. Whew. Folks, to say this day has started off eventful would be an understatement. First off, one of Will's buddies, a young man who's appeared on this channel, by the way, had a seizure this morning. Just got his driver's license, was at school in the school parking lot with some other people in the truck with him, and had a seizure. Had never had a seizure before in his life. Don't know what's going on. He's at Children's Hospital right now. Thank God it wasn't when he was driving down the highway at 55 miles an hour and could have gotten himself bad hurt or killed someone else, and maybe no one ever would have ever known what happened. But his buddy's got this truck stopped and everything, so we're obviously concerned about that and pray that he's all right. My stuff is minor compared to that, but I broke a rod tip. I rolled it up in the window of my truck here. And then I get to the pond and realize that I don't have the seat on my kayak, so I've got to turn around, go back home to get my seat, which I always keep in. We have a storm room, a safe room out by the house, and that's where I keep my kayak seat in out of the weather. Well, it wasn't in there. I spent 30 minutes looking for this kayak seat. and finally found it, which is a miracle, in my in my shop. So I'm back. Oh, and let me show you what I've done. I found, actually Will found it. This is a rod that I have had. This rod came from my childhood. You can't hardly find them like this anymore. I broke that 6'9" length medium action cranking rod, so I put it on this, and I haven't fished with this thing in probably 35 years. So I'm gonna try it out today and see how it goes. It actually will be good in a kayak. So, and I understand that Lew's is making one of these again now, so they're making a comeback on the little short handled rods. I'm gonna try that out today. Oh, my man has put out some leftover Christmas trees. He told me he goes to Lowe's every year right after Christmas, and they'll sell him their leftover trees for $1 each, and he sinks them in here. I guess he ties them to cinder blocks or something. But I see some out there. The wind is really blowing today, so I'm going to try to stay downwind of those so that the wind isn't blowing me into them. And I'm going to try to fish these cedar tops and see, are these cedar trees, and see if the crappie have found them yet. Let's see. I've got my Mr. Crappie Slab Shaker combo here from Academy Sports. This is a 10-foot crappie pole. Got some 6-pound Mr. Crappie High Vis line on here, and I'm throwing a little 1/32 of an ounce jig head, and I've got that little tricolor black, blue, and chartreuse tail tricolor jig from Cream makes that. I'm gonna try that today first and see if we can get any results. I'm just gonna make a cast if the wind will let me, right there in toward the center of those trees. Well, I didn't quite get to them. Let it fall a little. Just reel it very slowly. All right, y'all check it out. This is going to be first cast on the old, somebody help me. Tell me what this is actually called. What type of, this is an old Berkeley. It says 25% graphite, custom. I bet you back in the day, my dad probably paid all of $10 for this thing. Here we go. Boy, I tell you what, it sure is easy to cast from a kayak. Nothing down here to hit you and get in the way. I actually like this a lot. Throwing this little Rapala shad wrap crawfish color, picking up a little grass on the bottom. It's kind of a deep running bait, but it floats, so if you reel it really slow, which is what you ought to do in the colder weather, colder water, keep it off the bottom in a shallow pond like this for the most part. I'm supposed to be crappie fishing. Pretty sure I just missed a fish. I want y'all to look at that. Now that's the kind of day I'm having, folks. I hope someone at Rapala sees this There's the rest of it. And the rest of it. Wow. Well, it's balsa wood. We can see that. But unfortunately, it just absolutely broke in three. I have never in my life. Wow. Do better, Rapala. Well, that's the kind of day it's been. Dude. Here's my first fish of the day. What do we have here? It's a baby bass. Wait, he a fine one. I am gonna cast this old green pumpkin worm out there and see if I can maybe get a bass bite. And this is the only worm I have, and it's about wore out. So let me just go on and finish wearing it out. Thought he had it. I missed 2 bass on this green stick worm. I'm making big, long casts and just letting that thing sink and just barely dragging it along. And earlier, one just picked it up and headed toward the truck with it. I don't know how I missed it. There's another one. Take it now. I just can't get one to take it and hold on. I don't know if they're small or what. It was overcast when I left the house. It's kind of been a little bit of both out here. It actually rained on me a little bit while ago, which it was almost out of a blue sky, but anyway, I've been getting bit out here on this green pumpkin sticko worm. I mean, really, really good bites. Like, grab hold of it and head to parts unknown. Then I set the hook and they're not there. It's kind of strange. But I'm gonna try again. Oh, there's another one. Oh goodness. Did y'all see that? It was a little bitty bass. That's why I can't catch him. He wasn't big enough to get this hook in his mouth. He got hit again. Well, this wind is making life difficult. Especially worm fishing. See, I'm getting resistance right now. I don't know if it's a fish, but it's not bumping. I can't see my line. The water's so choppy. there's a fish. All right. Boy, that's a strange bite. It's not a bad one. A little bit better than the last one. Thanks, bud. Appreciate you holding on. Because the water is so cold, but the bite is really strange. They just get it and don't really take off, but they don't shake their head, they don't bump. It's just, I just feel weight on the end of my line for the most part. Like I would have sworn that was just moss or something. When in doubt, set the hook. I don't know why, but a long cast seems to be the ticket today. It's the only time I've had a strike. Long cast, just let it sit and pick it up. Well, that was a long cast. With the wind. Another bass on. You know the old saying, wind out of the east, the fish bite the least. That's true. But I had fun. I didn't get wet. I didn't get cold or anything like that. We made a few fish bite in spite of the wind. It's a harbinger of things to come. Fishing weather is coming soon. Hey, our scripture for today comes out of the book of James. James chapter 3 in verse 18 says, "And the fruit of righteousness is sown in peace of them who make peace." I've bragged on my wife before on this channel. Hey man, let me tell you a secret. You can't brag on your wife too much. You can't brag on her enough. What yours puts up with out of you and what mine puts up with out of me. We can't ever brag on them enough and all they do, but my wife is the ultimate peacemaker. She will take and take, and it takes an awful lot. It takes an awful lot to really press her buttons. But I think of her every time I read things like that. Blessed are the peacemakers. The Bible talks a lot about making peace and not sowing discord among the brethren, those sort of things. I believe someone that keeps things stirred up with other people, stays at somebody's throat all the time, keeps a chip on their shoulder, always seems to attract drama, that sort of thing. I don't believe God likes that, not a little bit, and I base that on His Word. So sow peace, and in so doing, we are told right there, the fruit of righteousness will be sown in us, and the fruit of righteousness is sown in peace of them that make peace. Make peace. Hey, to me, anytime on January the 19th, it's January the 19th today, anytime that you're able to get out in a kayak with just a sleeve. I didn't even have to wear a jacket today, and enjoyed, you know, 2 or 3 hours of fishing. Man, that's a win for me. It was still just a blessing to get out there on the water and enjoy all the things that God has given us. Hey, as always, I appreciate you guys tuning in and being part of this channel. I appreciate your likes, your views, your comments. Appreciate those subscriptions as well. I've said this a couple times lately. I got a stat from YouTube that told me that over 71% of my viewers were not subscribers. So go ahead and click that subscribe button. It's totally free, and you'll never miss a thing. May the good Lord bless you. Until next time, I will catch you later, folks. Remember, God loves you, and so do I. Bye-bye. Woo, I just had to restock on my hog skins, these pork skins, pork rinds, whatever you want to call them. These are at the, well, it used to be the co-op in Carrollton. That's what I still call it. It's West Alabama Ag or something like that now. Anyway, Joe and Linda Sanders make these, and they are the best I have ever had in my life. I love them. I love them.